Hey brothers, it's time for Art 101 with Mr. Burgher. And what you gonna do when Mr. Burgher runs wild on you?
Art 101 with Mr. Burgher.
Well, hello, boys and girls, scholars. Welcome back to Art 101 with me, Mr. Burgher. As you know, I'm a professional artist and a master educator, and I'm attempting to provide you with the best in art historical content. Now, if you like this video, do your part, do the right thing. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and do all those things that a good neighbor does in order to keep Mr. Burgher rolling.
That would be cool.
So scholars, today we're going to talk a little bit about parody. A parody is when a satire or a joke or a mock or another variation or version of a artwork, in this case, is made. Now this could be a play, a musical, this could be a movie, this could be a book, a poem, this could be a lot of different things. But in this case, obviously, we're talking about artworks. The 11 most popularly parodied artworks out there. And this sometimes can look a little bit like the creation of fan art. And it is not exclusively about fan art. It's about the creation of a joke or a satire based upon something else that is known or popular. And satire is actually protected by the Constitution. It's something that is protected speech. We are allowed to make jokes of things. We're allowed to make fun of things as long as everybody kind of understands that what we're doing is not something original, but we're doing something in a joking fashion, like Saturday Night Live or like a Weird Al Yankovic song. These are other artistic examples of parody. So today, again, let's jump in and talk a little bit about parody. This is the creation of Adam, which is a part of the Sistine Chapel, which is a fresco painting created between 1508 and 1512 by Michelangelo Buonarroti, the Renaissance master. With works like this, sometimes the focus is on the entire frame of the painting, and other times it's more focused in on a detail. For example, the hands of Adam and God are oftentimes parodied just by themselves. But either way, we can see parody after parody after parody of this great work. There are remakes, there are tattoos, there are reevaluations, there are new stories to be told using these arrangement of characters. So very much a recognizable piece of artwork that has been repurposed so many times, the parodies just boggle my mind. So, there's that one.
When we go back to the painting on the Sistine Chapel of
softcore.
That would be yeah.
Girl with a Pearl Earring, an oil painting done on canvas back in 1665 by Johannes Vermeer, the Baroque painter. This particular painting has been made into a movie, but again, character after remake. It's been abstracted, it's been done straightforward, it's been created as graffiti, tattoo, but time after time we see the headband coming down into the yellow adornment, I don't know what you call that anyway, and of course, the earring. Time after time after time, the earring is there in this famous piece of work that is very much the subject of parody.
Disturb nothing. Leave all just as it is. I'll open the shutters. You can't work in the dark.
Birth of Venus is a tempera painting created between 1485 and 1486, created by Sandro Botticelli, a Renaissance master, although it has been created over and over again by animators, by pop artists like Andy Warhol and various others, whether that's through tattoo, cartoon parody, fan art. The message is retold over and over and over again. Sometimes it's the entire paintings, while other times it's just the central figure or just the face of Venus that is utilized for the parody's sake. But regardless of how you slice it, this work is parodied non-stop.
Hello.
Persistence of Memory, a relatively small painting done in oil on canvas, created in 1931 by the great surrealist master Salvador Dali. And over again, we see components or the whole piece in various forms of parody. As a Salvador Dali fan, I can appreciate this, as well as how others have embedded this with other pieces of work or utilized it in creating a whole new world for their fan arts or comic reliefs.
In this foggy and imprecise English language.
Nighthawks is an oil painting done on canvas from 1942 by Edward Hopper, the American realist, whose subjects that we find here on Nighthawks are used over and over and over again. I don't think anybody in our modern society has gone past a poster store or something like that and not found some form of a parody in some form or fashion based upon Nighthawks. There have been times that it's been completely remade or done very much straightforward. Whether on a magazine cover or just a piece of artwork, it is the subject of parody all the time.
Like I said, I learned a lot from studying this painting.
Starry Night, an oil on canvas created in 1889 by Vincent van Gogh, the famed post-impressionist, felt that this work was a failure, but it does not fail to be parodied all the time. Because of its popularity, because of the moon and the stars and all of that, we see it over and over and over again in parody. Whether we're drawing attention to a movie or whatever it might be, Starry Night does not fail to be repurposed in the form of parody.
Vincent van Gogh. Everyone told him, "You only have one ear. You cannot be a great artist." And you know what he said? "I can't hear you."
The Thinker, a bronze statue created in 1904 by Auguste Rodin, the Impressionist sculptor who brought us so many things, but without question, his Thinker would draw our attention and captivate artists and amateur comedians over and over and over again. How many characters can we put into a context of thinking about something, and that parody always falls right in the lap of the Thinker?
All right, well, I got two poses to choose from. The Thinker or the Stinker.
The Scream is a oil and mixed media on cardboard creation that was done back in 1893 by Edvard Munch, a proto-expressionist from Norway who would create lots of great works but captivates our attention, and it is used over and over and over again. We can see this in photography, we can see this in comic, we can see it in tattoo, we can see it repurposed for dozens of applications, and there seems to be no limit to the amount of characters and topics that society can use the Scream for in the terms of their parody.
You lose, Michelangelo's David. Who's next?
The Last Supper, which is a mural done on a wall back in 1495 to 1498, created by Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance genius, And that genius has been reused over and over and over again for parodies that take us from pop art to tattoos to just about every series or grouping of characters that we can put our imagination to. Ad campaigns and other recreations have been parodied off of this particular work for ages, and I don't see an end to that parody anytime soon.
Okay, everybody want to be in the picture? Get up and go to the other side of the table. Come on.
American Gothic, an oil on beaver board painting created in 1930 by the fellow Iowa artist Grant Wood, who is known as an American regionalist. And this is arguably the most parodied American work ever created. Whether it's an advertising campaign, painted on a building, or used for a movie, or any one of a number of television shows, it is used over the top, but most of the time they get it wrong. They try to depict this as the farmer and the farmer's wife, but it is not. It is the farmer and the farmer's daughter. So if you are looking to make a parody of this, try to get it right, and keep in mind the relationship between these two characters, because most folks get it wrong. Mona Lisa is an oil painting created on cottonwood board that started back in 1503 and continued for several years off and on until its final touches were done in about 1517 by the Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci. And this work is the most parodied work of all time. It is used for everything, whether we're talking about products, we're talking about characters, we're talking about books, we're talking about fan art, abstractions, magazine sales, movie sales, Where's Waldo, gift wrap, coins, sardines, tattoos, advertising. It doesn't matter, she does it all. And keep in mind, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I could go on and on and on and redo this video 100 times using 100 different types of parodies in each one of the videos. So there is no end or limit to the use of these parodies that we find in art, and the queen of all parodies is, of course, the Mona Lisa.
You see what I mean?
Thank you for joining in on that one. Boy, I love telling that story. And thank you for joining, and make sure you subscribe and follow along, and check out the other content down in the description. We'll see you real soon. You have a good day.
Was it a little too graphic for you?